Welcome to Myths. I'm Matt Huss.
And I'm Dan Rhodes. Whether you know about Theseus or you're revising your syllabus,
If you want tales with a bit of jest, or you just want to hear about incest.
What?
What? It's really interesting.
Welcome to Myths. Welcome to Myths.
Hello, Myths fans, and welcome to the bonus podcast. This is the scat edition.
That was the bonus episode scat. Did you not?
No, I didn't get the memo down.
Oh, I sent it an email. What's the point of?
As if you could send emails.
What's the point of sending emails if you don't? Well, fair enough. I'll just stop sending them.
So no, well, let me try the scat. We'll do that again. We'll scat together. Is that? Can we scat in unison?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, I'll start again. Welcome, Myths fans. This is the bonus episode. Penis. There we go. Nailed it.
That was nice.
Yeah, that was. To us, that's probably better than the actual episode. Well, lovely to be here. If you have already listened to our back catalogue, well, actually, if this is your first ever episode, don't listen to
this. Yeah, listen to another one and then come back to this one. That's why it's a bonus episode. Literally, learn to read.
Or listen, I guess. So, in this episode, as you can hear at the start of episode 23, I did some covert podcasting, Dan. Dan was totally unaware of this, weren't you, Dan?
Yes.
What had happened is that because we were going to be recording at Dan's work, I thought I'd go in whilst he was working and do a little bit of covert podcasting, and try and see what would happen. And this whole next...
you were secretly recording me.
Yeah, and I just wanted to see what would happen and what kind of devious things we can get up to and what kind of funny antics would happen in Dan's work. And so I think...
I can already assume, knowing what happened that day, that you were very disappointed.
It was awkward. In fact, if we were here in the next couple of minutes, I kind of talk a bit about I think it'll be more awkward than funny, and by God, I was right. But I think it's actually quite fun, and it's a little bit of an extra thing. And we will be back with you with a full episode next week as well. So, but yeah, we're not going to rank this one because there's literally no myth. Honestly, if you like myths, don't listen to this. But it does kind of show a real version of Dan and I's relationship, our friendship, really, because we are very. I think we're very honest with our friendship on this podcast, and it's very us. It shows us off the podcast because I think it's quite nice. It's very sweet, I think you're nicer to me off the podcast.
Yeah, where you're espionaging me.
Yeah, in all fairness, I was being, doing subterfuge upon you, but. That's what I do to you, Dan, You're awful to me on the podcast.
But awkward, wouldn't it, if you were secretly recording and you came into work and then I was getting fired?
That would definitely broadcast. In fact, I know some of Dan's colleagues, his manager, if you could actually, if you could fire him whilst he's on the podcast, that would be golden. Yeah. I mean, you might have to be homeless for a couple of months, but, get a couple extra downloads.
Yeah. He doesn't have time to do the podcast.
Yeah. Sounds like you're really edgy with your work at the moment. We'll just do a podcast that you work every day. It'd be lovely.
Yeah, that would be great.
Can I be your mascot for your workplace?
Can you just at work stand next to me and then every time a customer comes in and I say something, just be like, yeah, Dan, woo!
Your hype man.
My hype man, yeah.
So pretend you're a customer. You'd be like, oh hi. We'll pretend you're a customer.
But hi. So a good option will be to fly. Probably the best option is probably to fly direct with BA.
Yeah, BA, woo! Yeah.
Fly direct. Flight would leave at about 11:35 a.m.
11:35. Enough time for drinks. Not enough time for food. Woo!
It's about a 7-hour flight, all in total.
Not going to cheer for that. That's too much.
Go to different flights, mate.
Yeah. Go to different flight. It's cheaper with Ryanair.
No, I think that could work.
Yeah. I mean, how annoying would I get?
So funny. Okay, we've got a perfect holiday. In Australia.
Yeah.
It's hot as balls. Don't do it. Fucking hell, man. Shut up.
You're losing on commission. How much commission would I get for this?
I would pay you I would pay you £1.50 per successful hype.
Oh my God. What do you define as a successful hype?
If you hype and the customer's like, oh, okay, then it's working, isn't it? But if you say something they're like, ooh, I don't know about that, then your hype is ruining.
You know for a fact they're most going to be unsuccessful. Your hair looks nice today! Bit creepy, isn't it? It's like that lady from the kids show. So this is basically the first section. It will kind of just go cuts, if you know what I mean. So there's a part where I go initially into Dan's work. I have to leave pretty fast because Dan's still working for an hour, but then I come back and it's a bit more chilled out as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this podcast. I hope Dan doesn't get fired off air.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week, guys. And we won't have a chat at the end, but we'll catch you next week. Thank you very much.
Bye!
Hello, podcasters. My name is Matt Hoss, and I am about to go into Dan Rhodes' workplace. Yes, in case you didn't know, he works in a place called Flight Centre in Kingston, and he knows I'm coming today. We're about to do a podcast. However, I thought it'd be quite funny to get here a little bit earlier and go into his branch, and I'm going to demand a flight because he works as a flight seller consultant thing where he's going to try and pitch me the perfect flight. And some of Dan's colleagues do work in there, so hopefully they won't spot me early on, but we're going to figure out what happens when I demand a flight. Enjoy. Okay, podcast fans, this is covert podcasting at its best. I'm going to go in now. Wish me luck. You know what? Like, I'm quite a confident person, but I'm a little bit nervous. You know, I imagine this. Right, I reckon what's going to happen here. It's going to be more awkward than it is funny, because they'll be like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" Well, we'll see what happens. Okay. Wish me luck. Gonna go in the pocket, so there might be a bit of a ruffle.
Oh, look at this.
Alright, can I have a flight, please?
Take a seat. Where are you looking to go?
What's the best offer you can give me right now?
There's a flight to...
Have you got any flights to Slovenia? How was your day, man?
Yeah, worse now.
Well, I'll go to the next representative.
Wait, no one wants to... No, we should give no, it's written something for you.
A long-term fan.
Hey, man. That's nice. Oh, this is
So
sweet.
I'll give you something as well, and I can maybe get
Oh, yeah, I'll get
something from you.
Is that an autograph?
If I mean, if you
Yes.
could.
Okay. The best thing is, right, I didn't want to surprise you guys, but this is all on the podcast so far. I did a little bit of covert podcasting around the corner, so this is all on podcast.
That's good, because
Yeah.
Nice little is the even written a nice little podcast?
I'll read it out to the podcast. Dear Matt, keep it up. Lock the door of your car if you sleep in it again. Your fan, Noah. Oh, thank you. I mean, that's almost a threat, but I like that.
I don't class it as a threat so much as just a warning.
Can you say that again for the podcast, please?
Not a threat, and it's also for my legal representatives. Not a threat, a warning.
I am not threatening. Let me make that clear.
Reiterate, I am not threatening at all.
That is going to be brought up in front of the jury, so... but,
Yeah, there's what, eight episodes now at least.
8 episodes?
Pause this to a few. As a store, there's probably like all the episodes.
All the same ones, mind.
Yeah, just the first one, and that
It's
is
like
it.
watching a series of a show and watching the same episode on the feed. Doesn't really qualify. If you watch 12 episodes, the same episode, it's still not a series.
It's like if you call yourself a music fan if you listen to the same, like, Black Sabbath song, but you're not quite. But yeah. How's it been has been in the flight centre today? Been good?
It's been quite busy today, isn't it? It's been good busy, yeah.
We sold many holidays.
So we do, mate.
Well, I want you...
Kind of a speciality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, pancakes.
Cat actually sold a teapot earlier. It was a bit weird.
It was like,
Someone did actually in one of our stores sell a. This is going back some years, but they sold a wooden fence to a customer.
That was like in store, and they were like, "I want
It
that."
wasn't in store. It was basically acting as an agent for.
Oh, I see. A customer said, "Hey, I need to buy something. Can you help me?"
Actually, I've got a friend who does that, and sold a garden fence.
Oh, that is nice. That's like when people come in and they're like, "Hey, can I get a bus?" Not really, but I can't do it. I actually probably should have. Oh, that's Tom. I did it. What's this? Hey, Tom. Oh, I see. That's a silly mistake. Yeah, no worries. We can change that. Yeah.
on the podcast, it says really racist stuff.
Perfect, we'll do. I'll call you in 5.
I was besmirching your name on the podcast.
Thank you.
Imagine if you said the things you say to me on Syrian refugees, eh? I've written you a note back, Noah, just for the sake of the podcast. It says, Dear Noah, look forward to seeing you in court. Thanks for being the Miss fan, Matt Hoss. There you go.
I feel it's heartfelt, and yet, again, professional.
I love this relationship we already have, Noah. It's very dynamic.
I mean, yeah. Abusive.
Yeah. Well, as a Yorkshireman, I can't really tell the difference.
Is this love?
What's the weird thing on this?
Yeah, can you sponsor us?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for having me at Flight Centre. Okay. Hi, Dan. Oh, sorry. Well, I'll pretend I don't know you. Hi. What's your name? Dan Rhodes. It says on your business card. Sorry. Daniel Rhodes' email is.
Should we do like a phone call?
No, we'll just pretend I'm in shop because
you're in shop.
So I've been looking at some of your brochures.
You can't afford us.
That's true. Bye. I got laid off a couple of weeks ago and have to pay for Edinburgh Fringe. It's very painful. But for the purposes of the skit, Dan, can we pretend I have unlimited cash?
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so where would you recommend I should go?
Can I just say, Noah would love it if a customer sat down and said they have unlimited cash.
Sorry, I have.
Yeah.
I have £30.
£30, okay. No, so how are you today? Having a good day? That's more than like.
It's very accusatory, you know. Having a nice day.
Having a nice day?
It's been okay. I had lost a lot of money very quickly. I had unlimited, now I have £30.
Okay, what can I help you with?
Well, I fancy a trip to Asia. Is Asia nice?
Well, not really, but
if you're a racist, no. Let's not go down that route.
let's not go down that route. What are you looking to do? There's lots to do in Asia.
Yeah, I've been. Firstly, I'm interested by Bangkok, by some of the local attractions.
The local attractions. Okay, yeah.
Which is a translation for ladyboys. Is there a package deal where I can get flights, hotels, and ladyboys?
There is actually. Yeah. The the Ladyboy Discovery Tour.
Is that actually called that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a big selling point of ours.
Yeah.
No, Matt, there is not a lady. There's not a Ladyboy Discovery Tour. Although we do get the odd customer that is interested. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. If I can't do Bangkok, I've been looking for your brochure. I've got this Asia brochure here, and it's pretty good. It gets most of the Asia and the Orient. However, there's one place it doesn't really do. I've looked for Thailand. I've looked for China. Well, I've looked for South Korea.
Well, firstly, this actually isn't our flights in the brochure. This is a tour company called On The Go.
Oh.
So this is like a separate brochure. Our Asia brochure is actually right here. It's the one that says Asia on it.
Oh, okay.
That also says Asia on it, but this says Flight Centre on it.
Okay.
Would you like to read the Asia this Asia brochure?
Well, I was trying to... Okay, have you got any flights to North Korea?
No, but you can fly into China and then get a tour into North Korea.
Can we all book that, please? And how much would it cost?
I think they're ridiculously expensive, actually.
Well...
I don't know if we can actually book one, but I know you can. It's something you can do, can't you? The North Korea tour. Or On The Go, do?
I don't know, or they did.
Well, I've checked their brochure and by checking
Might have moved it. In fact, I think all of them.
Because I know you can. I know people that have done tours to North Korea. Yeah. Well, they were in prison in other countries.
Yeah. Alternatively, I might check out Thailand. I've heard that their prison system's pretty whack, so I want to try that out. So if you can get me indicted for some crimes whilst I'm over there, is that a package that you can do with flights?
That's 100% something we can do.
The beach and beat.
The beach and beat. So what we'll do is we'll fly you over there.
Yes, yeah.
We'll actually fly you over there business class. It's in the package.
Wow.
Because you're going to get such a beating when you're there. It's important to be like...
So it's like luxury.
So you get there, and then you arrive in Bangkok. You have 2 nights at the Banyan Tree. That's like the top.
The top.
Honestly, that is a nice hotel. In
I've already
Bangkok.
said it's
really
top
nice.
Asian prison.
No, it's really nice. You're going to be there for 2 nights. Get wined and dined on the rooftop terrace. And then what you're going to do is, out of nowhere, in the middle of your sleep, the door's going to be kicked in, and you're going to be dragged out by several burly Thai police officers, and then you get bundled into a dirty van, and you get driven for hours and hours through the hot, humid Thailand summer, and then you just get thrown into a prison.
Sign me up.
Anyway, and then after 2 weeks, we pick you up and fly home.
We get a call from the embassy. They say some human rights violations, yada yada yada, and you're set free.
I love the idea that someone would book that as a joke, and then they tell it to Thailand, and that happens, and they come back in being like, I was joking, by the way, and we're like, yeah, sorry, sorry about that.
That's your mistake, not mine.
Yeah. I was, shouldn't, you signed the quote.
You signed the quote, not me.
It'd be so funny. It's like you're in jail. Like, 2 weeks are up, and they're like, thanks for the flights and for getting us in jail. And you're like, no, we actually forgot to tell you that we cancelled the booking. You're in real jail forever.
Or you're like, haha, good one. And they're like, good one what? For my flight, this is all because of my flight centre booking, right? And they're like, no. No. Meanwhile, they're on 2 hours later. Our actual people went to kick your door, and you'd already been dragged out. Like, I guess the other team got here first.
Oh, on the go, I've been here first. That'll do.
I wouldn't want to do that. Fuck that.
No.
17 hours. Fuck the fucking
That's what I paid for.
That's why you want to do on the Bangkok.
Yeah. Sticky chairs is what I pay for.
Yeah. Is there anywhere you actually want to go in the world, Matt?
Actually, Dan, I want to go, if it's okay, for tomorrow. I've got 18 people at my party for a 5-star hotel. I want there to be a helicopter to fly me in. Can you do that for me by tomorrow, please? It has to be a 5-star hotel at the most sought-after resort, please.
Yeah, with a £3,000 budget.
Yeah, we have £5.
You funny, but that actually, people do say things like that.
Yeah.
People literally will be like, I have, what do you want? I'd like to go, 10 of us to Santorini in Greece in the peak of summer for 10 nights, all inclusive, like the best hotel you've ever got. Okay, what's your budget? Including flights and transfers, probably like $750 per person. Okay. Well, the flights are 1,000. So.
Hello, it's your lovable friend Matt Hoss here. I know we have promised at the start there would be no further talking. However, in the editing of this podcast, I found some additional bonus material which I thought would be quite suitable to put at the end of this podcast. So, what happens here is before a couple of episodes, we do a little bit of warm-up, especially if Dan and I haven't seen each other for a little while. We do a bit of talking. This is also a level test to make sure that the sounds are okay before we start recording. And this is just about a 10-minute chat that Dan and I had before a couple of episodes ago. And none of this was meant to be broadcast or it's so there are some bits which aren't necessarily funny. It's just us hanging out, if you know what I mean. This is what we talk about. We do talk about spam emails, and we also mention the staircase as well. We don't mention spoilers because I hadn't seen much of it at this point, but there is some very light spoilers from episode 2 onwards. Episode 2 to 4, I imagine. So if you don't want to listen to that, don't do that now. But it's really very light. It's nothing's ruined, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it's just an extra couple of minutes for you. Hope you enjoy.
She's from Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Today's episode is brought to you live from the Nottingham Tourism Board.
I'm actually doing it. I can't wait because I'm actually doing a show at the Nottingham Comedy Festival. So I'm just do that whole because I'm very diverse and I'll do like a whole my whole show like that. It's like, hello, I am Matt Torres. I am born in Nottingham. Okay, we'll go to old Miff's Mail. I've actually created a subcategory in the email box for the people the real people, not just spam bots. Because may I just read you out a couple of spam emails we get? Yeah. Okay.
Are we recording, by the way?
Yeah, it's just some, but I'll start from top. So we have loads because our email's on iTunes. So a lot of people send stuff over. My favourite, not favourite, but the first one is from someone called Fakar Butt, which sounds a bit like fuck your butt.
Okay.
Hi, check my good DA site, waiting order, fuya.com. And let me know if you need posts on my site, waiting good response. I'm fine, thank you, Fakar. Fakar keeps on messaging us quite a lot about gambling sites and should know our feelings from episode 20 when we were in that casino.
Yeah.
Well, check out what Buy Thomas...
Casino being the loose term.
It's a bouncer on a door.
Yeah.
We have someone called Buy Thomas, and I don't think that's his real name.
In fact, didn't you make like 60p in that?
No, I lost 60p.
Oh, you lost 60p. Oh.
I'm a high roller, Dan.
You okay? Yeah.
I should spend that on the fucking car park. And Buyer Thomas has also sent us a very interesting message. Try and guess the theme. Hi, check my good DA sites, waiting order, DA 45, waiting for your good post on my site. Very similar to Fakar.
Yeah.
It's like almost if it's done by the same person. Anyway, this won't make it into any cuts. However, this is a good warm up. But this is also a good kind of like, if we're ever rich and famous, we need additional content, and if we want to, we can leak this out eventually. Yeah. So before we finish it off, you want to get anything off your chest? You want to say fuck you to anyone or anyone in particular?
I would just like to mention how I've been... Actually, just before we do this, is another nice one, because I feel like we haven't actually chatted yet.
Yeah, it's good.
Have you been watching The Staircase on Netflix?
I've just started it, yeah.
Very good, huh?
When I first watched it, I was like, oh, this
I'm on episode 11, so I'm quite far into it.
I'm only a couple of episodes in, because I've been quite busy. However, when I first watched it, I was like... the first episode, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure he's innocent, and I'm pretty sure he hasn't done it. But the longer you watch it, it's like you can start to see him lie as well. Like when they first call him out about his bisexuality, he's like, no, of course not. And then the next scene, it's just like, yeah, I guess I do it quite a lot. But like, it's just kind of like, it's really interesting because like I want to be on his side, but I think the thing that annoys me so far is that they get that Asian doctor in, and there's just like this expert is like, pretty much she fell down the stairs. That's the evidence, and they get that jury committee in. It's just
I don't understand a word he's saying. Yeah,
well, he's Asian, must be wrong. He killed her. It's like that's. I hate that so much because the justice can't be served. Then
I think more so than Making a Murderer has no documentary ever been such a good portrait of the American judicial system.
Yeah.
Because you're watching it from. And I like that you see the prosecution in the... I like that they're doing that. That's really good. And you get the evidence as soon as they are.
My gripes with Making a Murderer is so one-sided, if you know what I mean. Like,
it's all like, he didn't do it.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Whereas this is good because they actually are like, well, actually, here are the facts that say he did, and here are the facts that say he didn't. And you get to watch both the defence and the prosecution. And later on, the whole trial is videoed. Like, you get to see the actual trial. What is amazing, though, is... Like you say, the whole time during The Staircase, you are swinging between he's innocent and not innocent. And it's either like, he didn't, or you're like, he definitely did. Oh, fuck, no, he didn't. Anyway, but what happens is, as you'll find out later on, and especially during the court trial and stuff...
No spoilers.
Whether he did or didn't, the only thing we've got to understand about this whole case, which I think is why it's so engrossing, is never has there been a case where, like, you know the whole you're guilty until proven, like, even if only with sufficient evidence can you be guilty, and never has there been a case where, like, whether he did or didn't, the argument is we just don't know, and that's frustrating for us as the viewer, and also for the court, because the truth is only one person knows, only two people know what happened that night. It's him and his wife.
They say that,
and that's it.
And
even the police don't know. No one knows, and 50% of experts, and everything to do with forensics, to do with the police, to do with family members, even they're 50-50 split.
Yeah, like,
even the family, half of them are saying he did, half of them are saying he didn't.
Yeah, because like there's just like one point his daughter just turns on the camera and just goes, "Yeah, I think he did it," and just like it's.
And his other daughters are saying,
no,
he didn't.
But it's weird because like,
and people are either like he didn't or he did. No one's like meh.
Well, but that's I think that's the whole point of a documentary. To be like what, like it's not black or white. It's like great, because I think I don't know.
And then sometimes his argument's really good. I think like he was bisexual. He had affairs with men. Does that make him a murderer?
But that's
no. And then again, but the court will be like.
But that's what annoys me is that the prosecution used, obviously this is 2003. Different kind of world. However, it annoys me because they use that prejudice as like a negative thing as well. I'm not trying to be right on here. What I mean is that they're using this irrelevant point to kind of bring this guy. But that's not the case. If you know what I mean, it has nothing.
Have you got? Oh, this isn't ruining anything for you yet. But have you got to the bit? You're not watching the trial yet, are you?
No, it's just
because there is a bit in the one of the episodes in the trial is an episode focused on during the court case itself.
Yeah.
The defence try and get all of the stuff about his bisexuality to be admissible in court. They don't want it even as evidence because they're worried that it has no say on this case other than negative, and they don't want it to sway the jury to be towards him. When actually his bisexuality has absolutely nothing to do. But his prosecution are arguing it does have something to do with the case because it shows that he's not the man he says he is.
But it's just slander, and it's just. Yeah, I think it's just kind of like, but that's what I don't like though is that the jury. It's just basically, what do you reckon about this guy? It's not is he guilty or not. It's just what your personal feelings about that. Because especially
wait till you get later on. Like the prosecution, they do some pretty dodgy stuff, like some very questionable witnesses.
I also flicker when I watch a lot of these documentaries. Most of them, I'm like. Yeah, the police are fucking awesome. However, there are cases like this where I'm like, the police are fucking dodgy, you know what I mean? Like, have you seen Evil Genius?
Yeah.
Like, in that, the police are awesome, you know? They're doing...
They do such a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, that's proper detective work. Yeah. That was 8 years of no evidence, and they managed to scrape, like, eventually they, through perseverance, they got enough evidence to say it was this person. And then they all confessed that it obviously was that person.
But yeah, I love documentaries. I've been proper on a binge of them at the moment as well. Netflix do the best documentaries as well.
They do.
Because you just sit down, properly engross yourself in them as well.
And there's no annoying like narrator. It's just let's just watch these.
Well, even some of them work good with a narrator. Because if it's a personal story as well, like remember Dear Zachary, stuff like that. That's
one of the best.
Yeah, it is. In fact, I got one of my friends to watch it based off this podcast because we talked about it for a bit.
I got Ellie the book actually.
Yeah, because we talked about it. Dancing with the Devil.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we get kick-starting?
Yeah, that was nice.
We'll put that in
Catch up, yeah.
Oh, well, we'll put in the dangerous cuts file. We need to say something horrendous. I think there's something you would usually say.
Oh, that I say horrendous.
Yeah.
Now, do I say something hilarious for the sake of saying something hilarious, knowing that at some point it could come out in the...
Fuck it. I'll say something bad at the same time. Why don't we say something really awful at the same time, and then we finish it, alright? I think maybe some... I don't know.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Myths. 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 Myths.
I'll get this over and then we'll just keep chatting shit to the podcast.
Dan, you know what Dan does? He gets an empty banana skin and goes to town. That's why if you ever go into his bedroom, it probably smells like banana sundae, you know. He calls his Coca-Cola banana split. And, you know, his room smells like yogurt. Hi, Dan.
Matt, I saw you talking to the podcast.
Me and the listeners were just having the viewers were just
Is it
having...
because I did that thing when you popped out of your car the other day?
No. Dan, eating bananas recently?
Fucking hate bananas. The worst of all the foods.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you?
If you eat banana, you got something wrong with you. If you eat a banana and go, oh, this is a nice tasting, this is nice flavour. I like, tastes good. You're a sociopath.